Few Dota players in the world boast a trophy cabinet like Zai, and the 21-year-old Swedish superstar has established himself as one of the best players in the game in recent years.
Breaks forward, picked up control by Innocence, and then skewered back. A perfect synergy again under the tier 4 towers. Zai! He got him! Pulls him out.
A long history in competitive gaming, coupled with one of the most successful transitions from Horn to a world champion in Dota 2, makes Zai a true legend. This is the story of Zai. If you've enjoyed the content we've been putting out so far, please do hit the subscribe button and of course hit the notification icon as well. Your support means a lot to us. Enjoy the video. Zai's esports career began at the tender age of 14, and one of the first times where he would be heralded as a genius was in 2012. The game in question was Horn, or Heroes of Newerth, a Dota 1 spin-off that became quite popular back in the day. In the finals of Dream Horn 2012, Zai's place from the offlane or the suicide lane as it was then, netted his team Trademark Esports a win against Complexity. The final involved quite a few players from the scene who would later transition to Dota 2, including Limp, Insania, Mynuts, Moon Meander, Chessie, and of course Zai. When Zai finally switched over to Dota 2, he found himself teaming up with former Horn pros PPD and Tralf in a team called Stay Free. While success was limited, their performances allowed Zai and Peter to join a European mixed stack called Super Strong Dinosaurs, where they teamed up with CWM, Arise and Snake King. Again, success was only limited to a few online tournaments, but more exposure and experience led to another roster move, one which would forever change the course of NA Dota. The early days of Dota 2 saw NA teams struggling quite a bit, and teams from the region had little to show for the first 3 editions of the International. In 2013, after TI3, a struggling EG lineup had become somewhat of a meme in North America, and Fear as well as Universe decided to team up with PPD and Zai in a lineup called Sad Boys. This team looked nothing like the NA teams of the past, going 16-2 in their games and being able to match up against European competition with ease. It was a no-brainer for evil geniuses to pick up the roster and would turn out to be a game-changing move for the organization. By the time TI4 came around, Fear was sidelined with an injury and ended up coaching the evil geniuses side, who brought in Mason as a replacement.
TPD and Zai, BKB's going. Where's those TPs coming? He got the black hole! He got Lorna! He got all of Alliance left!
The lineup exceeded all expectations, taking NA to their highest ever placement as EG secured 3rd place. Zai's performances from the 4th position showed the world just how impactful a support player could be, as his plays on the Enigma, Alchemist and Ursa challenged the very meta. Soon after TI4, Fear returned to the roster and EG went on a tear, with wins at WESC 2014, Starladder Season 10 and Dream League Season 2. However, in January of 2015, a sudden shock roster move saw RTZ and Zai departing evil geniuses to join Team Secret. The move would be the start of a big rivalry between the two squads. While Zai and Secret lost their first encounter against the reformed EG at DAC, they got their revenge at both the Summit 3 and ESL 1 Frankfurt, and both teams emerged as frontrunners for TI5.
Final game in the lower bracket between Team Secret and Virtus Pro.
It's actually going to fall. The last right click is there. Illidan gives up his life, it seems, to be able to give the Mega Crease. Now they're actually jumping forward. Puppy's going to go down to God. At the same time, Illidan will be right clicked down by S4 and RTZ. The Rax, though, is all gone. The tier 4 is gone as well. The throne is exposed. VP, they can feel it. They can feel this win.
At TI5, evil geniuses went on to be crowned champions, while Secret were eliminated in 7th-8th place, much to the disappointment of their fans. At this crucial juncture in his professional career, which many at the time thought was his peak, 18-year-old Zai decided to take a step back from competitive gaming to complete his education. Many were taken aback by the decision, as Zai was playing at the highest level and could easily get into any tier 1 team that he wanted to be in. However, Zai showed poise and maturity in his decision to finish his education first. Over the first half of the next season, Zai was seen mostly on his streams and made few stand-in appearances, but eventually found his way back to EG just before TI6. He reunited with the old sad boy squad barring RTZ, helping his team to a respectable third place finish at TI6. The 2016-17 season saw EG finishing 3rd and 4th in both the Boston and Kiev majors, but there was something lacking in their lineup which wasn't too hard to see. Universe on 3, Zai on 4 and Crit on 5 combined with Arteezy and Sumer on the chorus made for an incredibly greedy lineup, with all the players either having to sacrifice on their playstyle or struggling to find consistency throughout the season. TI7 saw EG crashing out of the competition early, and every aspect of their play from drafts to farm priority to player form came under question after being eliminated by Team Empire. The DPC system came into the picture after TI7, and with over $14 million on the line, teams, players and organizations scrambled to find the right homes to capitalize on this opportunity. One of the more prominent brands in esports, Optic Gaming, entered the Dota scene by picking up Zai along with BPD, 33, Pycat and CCNC. The team struggled in the first half of the season, and with intense competition in the NA qualifiers, they found it hard to even qualify for the LANs. However, in the second half, Optic Gaming came to life and were able to take the win at StarLadder Season 5 Invitational and place second at ESL 1 Birmingham. With renewed vigor, the team qualified for TI8 and were touted as dark horses. But despite securing an upper bracket start in the playoffs, Optic Gaming faced a harsh test, having to take on Team Liquid and Virtus.pro, the two heavy favourites of the tournament, in quick succession. They would end in 7th and 8th place, a respectable finish all things considered. It was apparent that the Optic squad weren't a tier 1 team and never looked like they could take on the likes of Liquid, VP and LGD, and with major restructuring going on within the organization itself, the lineup was disbanded following TI8. Zai moved to Secret, who were in dire need of an offlaner, and his past experiences with Puppey meant that the decision was an easy one. Already an established position 4, Zai switched back to the offlane, a role he hadn't played since his first stint with Team Secret. However, years of experience, sublime mechanical skill and an uncanny knack for making big plays meant that he was the perfect fit for the role. Secret looked stronger than ever, and despite always boasting a star-studded lineup, there was indeed something special about this one.
17 minutes in, the Roche is spotted out. It's being taken by double damage top rounds. The Wicked gets 4 of them! The Whirling X's, it's everyone! It's over! Oh my frog!
The team won ESL 1 Hamburg and followed with a 2nd place finish at the Kuala Lumpur Major.
And it looks like EG is going to have to back out. They also lose the Lich. Arteezy's on the high ground. He's stuck up on the high ground of the Avalanche. The toss. They got him caught. Arteezy, where are you going to go? Clipped up, in trouble.
In 2019, Secret once again looked sharp at the 2nd DPC event of the season, the Chongqing Major, and found themselves in the grand finals facing Virtus.pro, the team they had lost to at the Kuala Lumpur Major. However, this time it was Secret who would have the last laugh, as they won the major with a 3-1 scoreline, thus taking down a team who had dominated the DPC for over a year. Zai's performances from the offlane are key to Secret's recent dominance in international events, and the Swedish offlaner not only boasts an incredible hero pool, but a space-making ability that allows his cores the time and space they need to come online. At just 21 years of age, Zai has already achieved so much in his career, having played for some of the best teams and with legendary teammates, that it isn't hard to imagine him standing next to an Aegis in the near future.
I'm coming home.